The government of Alberta is considering a proposal to change the marked fuel program and is gathering input from eligible consumers and fuel sellers about these changes and their impacts. Government is inviting your feedback through an online survey in August 2025. In the fall of 2025, government will review the input received and use it to help determine if the proposal should be implemented. The purpose of the engagement is to gather feedback on the proposal to provide the partially exempt tax rate on clear fuel instead of on marked fuel. In other words, to remove the requirement for tax-exempt fuel to be dyed or marked. The engagement's objectives are to understand the impact of the proposal on fuel sellers and eligible consumers if the proposal is implemented, to identify any other considerations or factors that may influence the proposal itself or the decision to implement, and to determine support for the proposal from fuel sellers and eligible consumers. To assist the government in making a decision, the government is engaging to better understand the impact of removing the requirement to use marked fuel, the role of the fuel seller in administering these benefits, and the processes and procedures to support eligible fuel use by consumers while ensuring the integrity of the benefit programs are maintained. Not under consideration are changes to the criteria of the Alberta Farm Fuel Benefit, the AFFB, and tax-exempt fuel user, TEFU, programs. For example, who is eligible to receive the benefits and the eligible uses that will remain unchanged. Existing clear fuel programs will remain the same. Exporting and importing marked fuel for resale in other jurisdictions would not change. Under the proposal, eligible consumers, for example, AFFB and TEFU members, would purchase and use clear fuel at the partially exempt tax rate instead of marked fuel. As a result, marked fuel would no longer be sold to eligible consumers. The change from marked fuel to clear fuel will require some administrative changes for both fuel sellers and eligible consumers. For fuel sellers, potential administrative changes would be that fuel sellers would be required to report sales to eligible consumers and apply for a refund to recoup the difference in tax on fuel sold to eligible consumers at the partially exempt rate, likely having an impact on their cash flow. As clear fuel would be sold at different tax rates to end consumers, invoices and receipts would be required to indicate the tax rate charged. Administrative changes may be required for eligible consumers. Increased likelihood of records being requested and reviewed to substantiate that fuel is used for eligible purposes. Renewals for the AFFB and TEFU programs may be reinstated and would occur at least every 3 years. To better understand how these changes would impact the eligible consumer and fuel seller, the government needs your input. Complete the online survey by August 31st to provide your feedback and help the government understand the impacts to you or your business or operation. Visit the Marked Fuel Engagement webpage now to complete the survey and stay up to date on the progress of the engagement.